I guess at some point we'll probably get Lomachenko versus, Shakur Stevenson. The winner's going to take on Navarrete if he even wins this fight, or like there's going to be some sort of top ranked shit before. Because Tank is over here. Now I'm just going off script, but Tank is over here saying like, because someone asked him, "Oh, fight Lomachenko," and he's like, "Oh, after Frank, he's next." And I'm like, I texted you. I'm like, you don't actually think Tank is gonna fight Lomachenko now?
And I was like, yo, Tank and Loma. Like I was like loving it.
I think Tank talks a lot of shit. I don't think he's like actually gonna fight Lomachenko, Shakur, any of those dudes, unless like there's real business. Like I don't know
I
if it
hope he does though, because I think that's a great fight. Like I think Tank and Loma, that's the fight I want to see. I feel like if Loma fights Shakur, the scorecards are gonna have Shakur win. And Loma's going to get robbed. I'm being honest with you. Like, that's what I think is going to happen. The performance that Lomachenko put on against Kambosos, and no disrespect, like, me and Bryan talked about this, and we knew that's how it was going to go. And that's
I bet on the decision. I did not bet on the knockout, which almost happened because Kambosos is tough, but goddamn.
And the odds were good. 7 through 12 was a plus 500. I sprinkled on that, but I also bet the decision. But the way that he broke down Kambosos, I would love to see Loma versus Tank. And we're off script, so I'm just saying, I hope Tank fights Loma. I hope he fights Shakur. I hope Tank fights somebody where people will give him a lot more credit, because I still believe he's the best lightweight in the world. But Bryan, so you're taking Emmanuel Navarrete by knockout for this one?
I think so. But it's more of a lean than a straight up pick. I also think he could win this by decision, to Hustle Man's point. Like, Barancik is tough. And Navarrete, again, is a wild card who it's just ridiculous. Luis Porto, can we boycott Shakur? Boring ass fights, man, needs to be blackballed. I do wonder how, like, stylistically, that's the most interesting matchup at lightweight for me is Shakur versus Tank. But, like, you name me all the times Tank fought somebody from Top Rank. Like,
It's a business thing. I think that's a pay-per-view though, Tank and Shakur. Anything Tank, like Tank brings out the pay-per-view numbers. But can we boycott Shakur? I want to see Shakur Stevenson fight a better, more entertaining fight. I don't want it to be a snooze fest. But sometimes you might get that with a Shakur Stevenson fight. But I still think that he's arguably one of the best in the division. Let's just be honest here.
Here's the thing. He just fought before Edwin De Los Santos. The Shirishiro Yoshino fight was actually very entertaining, and he knocked him out. Like it was actually like probably his most explosive performance at this level.
But it just depends on how Shakur wants to fight,
right?
Because the Jamel Herring fight was entertaining as hell, right? I love that fight, and a lot of people had taken Jamel at that time because Jamel was kind of like on the rise and he was fighting well, and I thought Shakur performed great in that fight. But then we get a dud. It's like with Shakur, it's like we get a dud, we get a good fight, we get a dud, we get a good fight.
Oscar Valdez, how'd you feel about that performance?
I was upset because I'm a big Valdez fan, as you know, but I thought Shakur fought well in that fight. And I mean, it's also Valdez, so you're gonna get a good fight. Was it a good fight because of Shakur, or was it a good fight because of Valdez? Like, let's be serious here, right? Like, it's styles make fights, and I think Shakur, like, that was a good fight.
And now in July, Shakur Stevenson is going to fight Artem Haratunian. How do you pronounce that? I'm remembering from the Frank.
I'm not even going to try. I don't want to be disrespectful.
Just forgive me, Artem. I will call you Artem. He had a fight with Frank Martin last year that was very interesting because a lot of people thought Frank Martin actually got a bullshit decision, which leads to the Tank fight. And Artem is going to fight Shakur Stevenson. I'll tell you what, if people didn't think he got robbed, he wouldn't be getting the Shakur fight. I was surprised that was a unanimous decision. I was in Montreal, like I was on vacation watching this fight, and I was like, how the fuck did Frank Martin get a unanimous decision here?
Yeah, no, he shouldn't have won that fight. Going to our friend again, Ryan Hong, my shoe has more personality than Shakur. It's not worth talking about. So you know what? Let me get to my pick because we went totally off topic. We went on a Shakur Stevenson tangent.